So the utility funds that, we rely on, particularly if, for example, if this is a Black Hills customer, we then can draw upon a fund from Black Hills. That's been cut by 2/3 over the last year, a couple of years. So we typically drain those funds pretty quickly. And then we have to we still try to do the same amount of work. We don't have as much money available, which means we have to do fewer homes. Because we're now drawing upon the LIHEAP program funds, as well as the Department of Energy and the Department of Health and Human Services federal funds, in order to be able to create these energy efficiency and health and safety solutions that we can provide.
So kind of speaking on that a little bit, since you have had to decrease, do you still see the amount of demand of requests and?
Yes, we in Dubuque County, for example, and I just kind of looked at some of our numbers. We have actually weatherized about 10% of the homes that would be eligible. Of the households that are in poverty that would qualify for our program, we're at about 10%. We also have a listing of people that are on our priority list, and that kicks us up to about 30% of the ones that we know about. So 70% of the homes that could be weatherized in Dubuque County right now either are not getting weatherized, or number two, we don't even yet know about, because the way that our program works, it has to come through our heating assistance program. So we get our list of people that we then prioritize based on people who we were able to provide heating assistance for. And again, there's a lot of people out there who qualify for heating assistance, but we generally speaking, spend all of that money. So,
about electric utility assistance?
Yes, we do have the ability, although it's about to be suspended right now, where we can replace appliances that are inefficient. So we do a test on any refrigerators and freezers that they have. We'll put a meter on it for 2 hours, and then we'll calculate that, what's the annual consumption, and if it meets our standards, we can replace that. However, as of basically now, the refrigerator and freezers are so back ordered due to parts not being available. I heard that GE has 890,000 refrigerators and freezers that have been requested that they cannot supply because of the parts coming from China are not available. I think a lot of it's due to COVID, and
Sure.
So that's a temporary situation where we can't get refrigerators.
So it's not the rebates that are changing on that?
No. Well, generally speaking, and I know you've got some statistics here that I think are a little bit conservative, the actual savings is hard to calculate because it depends on some unknowns, fuel costs, client behavior, the weather, other things. So depending on how those fluctuate, if you hold all those constant, if we're able to get an air leakage reduction of 50% like we are here, that translates into a significant savings. I would say 25%. Not only that, we have a higher efficiency on our furnace, which is also going to translate into additional savings. There are so many variables involved, particularly, what we find sometimes, which is hard to control. We try to educate our clients, but if they're saving a bunch of money, now they kick up their heat. So they don't necessarily save as much as theoretically they would. Those types of things.
It's exactly the opposite when I replaced my furnace. I started being more
Yeah,
conservative.
and that's why we install programmable thermostats, and we try to teach them how to use them. Absolutely, because that can save a tremendous amount just by controlling the heat as to when people are in the home and need maybe a little higher heat, and when we can turn it off for the day, for example.
Jane Drapp, I'm the CEO of HACAP, and we're here to talk about our weatherization program today. We firmly believe in weatherization, the program itself, because it provides energy efficiency implementations into homes of low-income people, which allows them to spend resources on other things that they may need other than their energy bills. We also believe that the weatherization program makes the home more safer and improves the stock of low-income housing. The Senate bill that was passed, or the bill that was passed by the legislature, certainly impacted the weatherization program statewide, in that there's not as much money available, utility money available, that is required to make the entire weatherization program work together. It takes 3 different layers of funding to be able to weatherize a house, and by reducing that energy efficiency funding from the utility companies, it does have an impact on that funding availability. So consequently, it will have an impact on the reduction of the number of houses that are weatherized throughout the state.
All right, we are here with Ryan Quinn. Can you tell us a little bit about what you learned today?
I learned about the importance of our local energy programs through Operation Newview and through the local energy
HACAP. Yep.
and the impact that this has had on many low-income homes in the region. I think it's incredibly important that we continue to finance these programs in a way that allows us to take a lot of the burden off of low-income families living in older homes that are often not very energy efficient.
Well, HACAP and Operation Newview is going to be a great combination for Dubuque and Dubuque County in terms of outreach to people low income and helping them out of poverty and trying to help them control their cost of living, in part by reducing their energy expenses with weatherization and other programs is going to be a huge part of that. I'd like to say that the state legislature is doing its part to assist in that. I don't think it's true in recent years, and so it's good to be out in the field learning about the impact of those decisions and talking about ways that we can maybe reverse and do better in the future.